Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be mounting this back on to the body, but first we've got to actually put on the bed, which is in the back, putting it all together again really rapidly, and then I'm going to be taking it down to my new garage. So this is going to be some fun. So as you can see, this has been here for quite a while. It's been parked up nearly a month now since I did my last video actually, and yeah, it's even starting to go green, and that's nasty. I really dislike it because the weather is always a problem. I'm so busy as it is to keep coming back here all the time. So today is the day I'm going to be remounting the pod back onto the body. I have to first put on the flatbed before I can bolt the Romahome onto it. I'm going to cable tie up the brake lines and the electrics and things like that just temporarily, as we're going to be moving it to a new location which is going to be in dry storage, so it won't get rain and get all messed up like it's getting, and I'll be able to work on it a lot more often. I'll be able to get things done properly, and yeah, especially in here there's a lot of work to do. I now know a few people that can help me with these things as well, so I'm really looking forward to it. So the main reason that I haven't really been producing any new videos is because of the weather. The British summer hasn't been particularly great up here in the north, so what I'm deciding to do is put it into a dry garage now, which is, I've managed to do. It's been very difficult acquiring this space, and I had to wait a long time for it. So the last few weeks I've been extremely busy, so every time there's a weekend comes up it rains, and then I can't get anything done because I don't want to get wet, to be honest with you, and it just makes everything, the whole process, really uncomfortable, and just it's not nice. So hopefully I'm going to be uploading a lot more. I'm sorry if you're really enjoying the video content that I've been uploading and then suddenly it stopped. I'm sorry for that, but I'm going to try and do more. I've got so much to do. As you can see behind me, this thing, it needs sandblasting. It's going to be a big job, but first I've got to mount that onto the back so then I can get the Romahome on, and then we can get on the road. So now we've got the plastic sheeting off. As you can see, we've got cables hanging down here and stuff because I haven't got the rear lights connected. It's not going to matter anyway because I'm going to have the Romahome on the top and someone following behind me. It's only a short trip. These all here as well, the brake lines and things. What I'm going to do, instead of waste loads of time for now, putting all of the P-clips back on, so I'm just going to cable tie everything so that nothing can drop down whilst I'm driving, such as the cables and it keeps things off the exhaust and things like that, and that'll be fine just for a little trip that we're going to be doing, and then I can do everything properly once it's in the storage. Everything's zip tied out of the way now, so this is nice and secure. Just with the zip tie it will do for now. Like I say, it's only going on a small trip, but these will be kept off the exhaust. As you can see, that's nowhere near the exhaust, it's just the way the camera's showing. At the back here I've cable tied all this out of the way for now, the electrics as well. I've checked all these nuts, make sure that they're all on secure because I've had the wheels off so many times. The fuel system's primed, that's definitely working, so everything's pretty much ready to go now. I just need to put the bed on and then we'll be mounting this. As you can see, that was a right job trying to get that on there. It was getting caught on this, as you can see, because it was getting stuck on the filler cap. But never mind, we eventually figured it out that it just needed to come in from the back first and then tilt down at the front. And now everything has lined up, as you can see. So we can put the bolts in and then we can get to the back and put that on. It's taken a few hours, but we've finally got the bed on now. We've tightened all these bolts back up again. These ones particularly were difficult to reach up in behind those gutters. You can just see them up there. They were very time consuming with limited resources, let's say. So all the wiring's clearing, which is fine. Everything's on there. I'm not putting the spare wheel back in anyway, so it's not important. This is now solid. Put this back on again. Like I say, I'm not putting the lights in yet, so that's how it looks. It's just going to be blanked off because the next part is the pod here, so we're going to put this on. So as you can see, I've got these jacks here, which I bought off eBay. That's how I actually got it off in the first place. And when we put this onto here, we've actually got some small plates and some bolts, and it basically clamps itself onto these, so it clamps on basically like that. I'll quickly show you how that happens when we actually get this lifted up, because I need to get it off the off what it's resting on, which is some old wheels and some pallets. So we jack the back two legs up, we put these onto the front here because we don't have the original parts. Would be nice to get the original legs again, which actually slot in here, but we don't. So that's how they look, as you can see there. But basically this will go here, right, so, and then we just wind it like this until it catches. Obviously I'll line that up better when I actually do this properly, but we do that both sides, wind them up at the same time, and then it will come up, and then we've got to line this up and back it in underneath. As you may have seen from my previous videos, if you watched them, I've got some stress fractures here which have you know, really chipped. It's really cracked open there. There's not much I can do about that at the moment. That's actually caused by when we wind these legs up, obviously the whole body starts to twist, and when that happens, because I have to do it one side at a time, I can't do them both at the same time like I can do the front. I can wind them with someone else, but at the back I use this drill, so I have to do a little bit at a time and then keep switching. And obviously it's stress fractured it quite badly. I'll show you the other side as well. So that's the other side, and all this is just, you know, it's going to have to be repaired somehow at some point. I'll have to figure that out. Yeah, that's how that looks. We've also, this is the state of the back at current. As you can see, we've basically put everything that was at the top and in the cupboards up here and over here, we've put it all down low, so that when we transport it, you know, you're not going to end up with everything coming off and like smashing and breaking and stuff like that. Anything that's important, it just stays on the floor for transport. So as you just saw from that little bit of footage, it takes a little bit of time to actually line it up properly, but I'm pretty straight on. So you can see the gap here and then the gap here, they match pretty much symmetrically, so that's pretty straight on. And I reversed it back enough so that there's, you know, this is pretty much just touching here. So now we're going to drop it down at the front, and then all fours, and then we'll clamp it down and then we'll be ready. Well, after a bit of toing and froing, we've got it lined up. You could see how much the suspension dropped when we put the weight of the Romahome on there. But yeah, we were pushing it around, you know, from here, because what had happened is it had got stuck on the back window, we believe. But because you could see light through here, now it's pretty much closed up. So now what happens is we connect from these parts here. You can see we put a bolt in there, and then it's just a piece of metal that literally just goes here, and I'm going to show you that now. So these are the 4 bolts that hold on the Romahome. That literally bolts into that piece of metal that I showed you, and then that clamps over the top. And literally that's all that holds it on. I don't know if this is makeshift or whether or not it's the way it was designed to be. So as you can see, this goes in there like so, or the other way around, hang on. So that just literally bolts onto there. So this is what it looks like when they're put on. I haven't tightened it up fully yet, but that piece of metal literally just holds it on and it can't come off. So believe it or not, I've actually been over the speed hump very quickly by accident, and that actually stayed on and there was no problems. So based on that, I think it'll stay on fine. So I've got another one to put on there, and then another 2 to put on the opposite side. Then the side panels, it just protects and makes it look a bit neater in here, and then we're done. So we've arrived at the unit. This is the space that I've now got. I use this for work, so it's also got like work stuff in it as well. But the Romahome is going to sit here in this corner, and I'm going to take the actual pickup and I'm going to back it in to over here. This is going to be my space, so a lot of this stuff is going to be moved elsewhere in the unit. But like, I've got my wheels here, I've got a new fuel pump that's just arrived, I've got a new radiator, I got the drop sides and the back. There is a few bits and pieces that need doing to these, of course, such as like it's got a bit of a kink in it here which needs a press to remove it so it'll be flat. And also these things that actually connect it to the bed, there is one of them missing here, unfortunately, but you know, can't argue. I think that's pretty good. So I've got all the bits and pieces I'm going to need. I need to put this underneath, so that will rest underneath. This will rest on top of it. I've got all my tools and all the bits and bobs. Like I've got the lights and stuff in here, which they will need rewiring, as you already know. I've left plenty of room around here, so I can get in the back of here when I'm working on this. And of course now it's like it's all inside. I've got plenty of room, look, so this is going to be nice. I'm just going to jack this up now, get the back off, and then we're going to move it again. So now we've got the back off. I've put this underneath here again, and I've lowered the whole thing down, cleared it out, put all the bits behind it for now. Now you can get a good look at it. I'm going to take this out as well. The way it's parked, that's alright. And the Rascal. So I'm going to take this bed off at some point. Just not at the moment, and I'm going to park it up in here, and then I'll get to work on it at some point when I get some time, when I'm not working. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it getting it in here, and I'm really excited to get to work on it. I hope that you'll keep watching. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure that you do, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.